Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, we can start.
Okay, okay. Just a second.
Yeah, I'll just introduce first and then you can take over.
Sure.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Trupti Thapa and I'm serving as the 68th year Zonal President for Zone 3 for NASA India. Today, we will be having a Q&A session with Team Happymiles. Today, we have Mark sir, Pulkit sir, and Mahesh sir joining the meeting. They will be explaining the itinerary, the costing, and clearing all your doubts regarding the international program today. We have three destinations for this year 68th year International Summer Winter School program, and we will be having all the presentations today. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Let me just present. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir. We can see your screen.
All right. Good evening, everyone. This is Architect Pulkit Gupta. I would like to sincerely thank NASA India for giving this wonderful opportunity. This is the second time that we have been invited and organizing this summer and winter international educational trip to destinations Hong Kong, Singapore, and Vietnam. Today, I'm pleased to introduce you a little bit about Happy Miles. Happy Miles is an organization committed to educational excellence through travel. Since our establishment in 2011, we have been strong believers of travel with a strong trust and credibility over 800 institutions, both school and colleges, and more than 20,000 students have traveled with us, both domestic and international programs. Today, we have with us our CEO and founder, uh, Mr. Mark Alexander. We have Mr. Mahesh, who is a head of operations and fulfillment, and I serve as the head of products and workshop. We also have our entire team to help us towards these logistics and other questions regarding these itineraries. So let us begin with the Hong Kong as our first destination, and I will briefly walk you through the itinerary, the learning outcomes, and the architectural focus. After which we can take question and answers session. So the Hong Kong program is a 4-night, 5-day itinerary scheduled from 3rd to 7th of June. Now, why Hong Kong is an ideal destination for architecture students? Hong Kong is one of the best example of the world of how design, density, culture, and innovation extremely limited space, and they have believers of great opportunity. They have built this opportunity of limitations. Uh, Exponentially high population density and on high efficiency of residential towers, mixed use developments, uh, traditional Chinese heritage. With all these aspects into our itineraries, we have built this architectural focus, which talks about the cutting edge museums, cultural districts, and contemporary architecture. So this is the Hong Kong itinerary. The very first day is all about understanding the city. The first day focus on the city itself. The city becomes the live architectural classroom. And it is all about the vertical living, urban connectivity, and high density planning. The very first day, we will be taking you to the Victoria Harbour, which is the skyline in itself, where you can see 9,000 more high-rise buildings and which are 100 meters high. And also there is a show which is called as Symphony of Light. So the first day is all about knowing the city, knowing the people, time, place, and existence. And then there will be a design walk along with the Avenue of Stars, a beautifully designed waterfront promenade inspired by the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Here, this is a great project. Promenade also integrates sustainable building materials, pedestrian-friendly spaces, landscape sitting areas. So we will be discussing more of these projects on the very first day. And definitely to further understand the city infrastructure and connectivity, we will explore the Hong Kong using this hop on, hop off city transport experience. This will give students a broader perspective of how Hong Kong public transport systems, including trams, ferries, buses, metro, networks, all together in within the city. Day two is all about the cultural district, and there will be sessions on institutional architecture. This is the biggest cultural district in the world, 40 hectares of cultural districts, which has these structures, which is the International Commerce Center, Hong Kong Palace Museum, M Plus Museum of Visual Culture, uh, ZQ Center, and also the West Kowloon Center. So these areas are a culmination of high-end architectural businesses, and we will be taking you each and every structure, and there will be a guided sessions on museum and institutional architecture. Also, like West Kowloon station being a high rail corridor, we will be taking you to the roof of the station and understanding the planning of transit-oriented development. M Plus being the largest museums dedicated to visual culture and contemporary art. On day three, we will be going to the financial district of Hong Kong, the central of Hong Kong. We begin with the Bank of China Tower, designed by IMP. The tower triangular structural system. So this day is more about the structural systems and the use of steel as a building material. We will also go to HSBC main building, which is designed by Norman Foster, Jardin House, which is the very first earliest skyscraper in Hong Kong. And its circular windows is called as the moon windows, which is also designed to increase the structural strength and stability of the building. And the central police station compound, which is one of a great example of adaptive reuse. Fourth day, we will be more to understanding towards the traditional Chinese architecture and landscape design. We will be taking you to some of the temple spaces and also the garden areas. These temples are the traditional Tang Dynasty wooden architecture techniques, which they have not used any nailing. So there is a system which is involved in these traditional Chinese architectural spaces. So we will be having certain sessions on the craftsmen of Chinese architecture. Also, after traditional Chinese architectural spaces, we will be visiting some of the universities and design institutes for the interaction on architecture and design practices in Hong Kong as compared to India. On fifth day, it is all about sustainability and later departure. The very first project, we will be taking you to the Hong Kong Cultural Center, which is one of the biggest performing arts venues in Hong Kong, and also the carbon building ecological park. And there will be a guided session on how they're using artificial intelligence in creating the construction industry and what all tools and equipments that they use in building to make a zero carbon building footprint. So this is about a Hong Kong itinerary. It is carefully designed based on iconic skyscrapers, high density urban design, cultural identity, and heritage landscapes. Now, we have another trip to Singapore, which is scheduled from 27th of May to 2nd of June. It is 6 nights, 7 days. The itinerary has been designed on three major aspects: uh, innovated and iconic architectural design, traditional and heritage urban fabric, and also public housing systems and sustainability. So based on these aspects, we have built this itinerary. On day one, the very first day, it will be an orientation session on placemaking to space making. We will be taking you to a heritage walk to Kempong Glam and Haji Lane. This being historically the royal seat of Malay Sultan in the early 19th century. So there is a lot of history which is associated with Singapore. On day two, we will be going to Urban Redevelopment Authority, and there will be a session on Singapore's urban planning strategies and future development projects. Singapore follows a concept plan that looks 40 to 50 years in the future, ensuring the urban growth in carefully managed long before the development actually happens. So next we visit to Buddha Tooth Relic Temple, which is based on a courtyard system. There will be a heritage walk to Chinatown, and we will see a lot of traditional shop houses, which is designed with 5 foot ways, which is a pedestrianized planning method. And there will be sessions on planning, urban design, and also the heritage conservation. In the evening, we will take you to Marina Barrage, which is a sustainable gallery. In Marina Barrage, it functioned as a dam, water reservoir, flood control system, and we will show you the innovative solutions that they have for the urban water management. And also, this day we have scheduled a gardens by the bay, vertical gardens which collect solar energy and rainwater. So we will be showing you the system, how the solar energy and rainwater harvesting system works in a bigger project like Gardens by the Bay. Third day is more about universities, museums, and public housing. We will be taking you to the leading universities in Singapore, and there will be an interactive session with the Architectural Association and the research team there in the universities. We will then visit the Natural History Museum. Later, we will take you to some of the public housing in Singapore, because nearly 80% of the Singapore's population lives in a public housing developed by Housing Development Board, making it one of the most successful public housing modules in the world. Day four, we have given so that you can build your own itinerary. This is like a free day for you to self explore uh, the routes, the connections. This day is for you to build your own itinerary. On day five, it is again about the public housing. We will be taking you to the Housing and Development Board Singapore Gallery, in which there will be a session on self-sufficient new towns, which is upcoming towns in Singapore. We will be having a session there related to public housing. Later, we will visit to National Gallery Singapore, and which is a great example of adaptive reuse. Two historic buildings connected by a modern glass canopy roof, and evening free time for your self exploration. On sixth day, we will be taking you to the Henderson Wave, the bridge that you can see, the biggest wavy bridge, and into the nature. From there, you are able to see the project interlace. And also, we will be taking you to certain museums, which is the Singapore Chinese Cultural Center, and other certain projects, which we will let you know, because we will also be having our experts, architects. So we will be taking you some of the projects where you'll understand how the housing and other institution building construction is being done in a place like Singapore. And on 7th, there will be a departure, and we will take you to the Changi airport, and also you're able to see the vortex. Now, the third very different itinerary from Hong Kong and Singapore is Vietnam, which is scheduled from 5th to 12th of April. Uh, s- this has Hanoi and Sapa as a valley. It's a 6 night, 7 day itinerary. This itinerary is designed very differently from Hong Kong and Singapore. Those cities focus on urban density and modern architecture, but this Vietnam program focuses on craftsmanship, rural architecture, and cultural identity. So this program is structured on a workshop-based module. There will be design thinking exercises. We have these design thinking exercises for other two structures also, but here there will be a craft workshops also involved, because it is a hub for craftsmanship. So there will be certain activities like indigo dyeing or eco craft workshops, bamboo forest explorations. So this itinerary is designed based on that. The very first day, we will start with Hanoi. Now, why Hanoi? Because Hanoi as a city is shaped by a Vietnam War. There are n number of historical conflicts which the city have gone through, and it is a very dynamic case study in urban resilience. So we will take you to some of the museums which portray the things from the Vietnam War, and also it has 54 ethnic groups that offer architecture students a unique lens in understanding the evolution of design and craftsmanship in architecture. It is also a living laboratory from colonial churches to ceramic villages. We will be taking you, and there will be certain workshops in these villages for you. The very first day, it is all about the culture, the city, and it will start with the Temple of Literature, which is in Hanoi. It is the Vietnam's first university, which is known for the Imperial Academy, where royal scholars and elite students have educated. And there will be certain sessions on how it flourished and what was the evolution after it undergo many changes as because of the wars. And later, we will take you to Hanoi Old Quarter, where you will see traditional heritage homes, two townhouses typologies. These smaller, we call it as tube houses. These are like 3 to 4 meters wide, but it extends up to 60 meters deep. So there will be a certain case study and documentation to these houses. Day two, we will be taking you to the Museum of Ethnology because it has 54 ethnic tribes. It has the prototype of the houses, the communal houses. You're able to see the full scale houses in this museum. Later, we will be going to Batrang Ceramic Village, which is a complete shops and village portion for ceramics, all kinds of ceramics, and it is about 700 years old. So we will be having certain heritage walks and the museum in the Batrang village, and evening for the Hanoi train street. Day three is about knowing the history. So we will be taking you to the history museum, which is recently opened. It's a beautiful project, and later we'll be going to Donglam ancient village, where there will be a workshop with uh, lantern making workshop in this village. And in the evening, Vietnam is also famous for water puppet show, and we will be taking you to these cultural crafts, heritage crafts of Vietnam. On day four, we are heading towards Sapa Valley. Now, Sapa Valley is located in the northern Vietnam's mountainous ranges. You will see a lot of traditional Hmong houses. So we will be documenting the Hmong tribe uh, out of all the other tribes of Vietnam. And the very first visit will be the Cat Cat village, which is one of the earliest French-built hydroelectric project in Vietnam. Now they have made a prototype of a village. And because this day we will be traveling Hanoi to Sapa, so it will be like a 5 to 6 hours of travel, and only we are visiting to Cat Cat village. On fifth, we will be going to some of the traditional houses, and we will meet the villagers. There will be certain sessions with the community, and also a workshop of batik. Batik is also one of a major craft that the entire village works together for the financial security of the village. And last, we will be taking you to the roof of Indochina. There will be hike. Morning, we will start with the hike. There will be a cable car, and we will reach on top of the roof of Indochina, which is a very fascinating thing about Sapa. And later on 7th, we will be depart from Hanoi for Hanoi. So these are three major itineraries that we have designed based on architectural education. So yes, we are open for any questions if you have regarding the itineraries. So there are certain focus which is set. Like Hong Kong is more towards the high rise, the skyscrapers. Singapore is more about the housing, and Vietnam is more about the rural documentation and certain workshops which starts with the craftsmanship in architecture. So these are the three major itineraries that we have for international summer winter school. Yes. So now we can open for questions. If you have any questions, you can ask. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. So there were a few questions on the Google form that was circulated.
Okay,
Yeah, we can start with those.
sure.
So there was a question. How? I mean, you answered this well through the very well presented PPT, but they have asked how will the program be conducted, the schedule, and are there any additional hidden costs that are attraction tickets included in what we are paying?
Okay, can we have the team? Is there anyone with the team who can answer this? So there are no hidden costs. Whatever we have given, that is the final cost that you have to pay. There are no hidden costs. And before the trip, we will schedule some of the pre-departure meetings. We will have certain meetings where we will give you some of the understandings about the itineraries. There will be little changes in the itinerary also because we have not yet disclosed the universities that we are going to visit and what are the programs aligned for these universities. So in pre-departure meet, we will give you the entire timeline schedule before we start with the trips, which usually happens 15 days before the trip. So all the timeline itineraries will be given at that time. And yes, there are no hidden costs in the quotation that is given it to you.
Yes, sir. There was another question. Um, are there any prerequisites, documents, or preparation required from students before attending the trip?
Yes, hi Trupti. Mahesh here. So basically, the standard travel documents are required. For example, your passport must be 6 months valid, and this is the important document which is mandatory when you enroll for your trip. Other than that, others is fine. But passport should be valid for minimum 6 months before the date of travel.
Okay. And there are a few. Can you just explain them the logistics and timeline for the payment of the trip as well?
Yeah, just a second. I will just open the timeline. So, see, payment will be collected on the Happymiles registered app, where the student can opt for the payment option, which can be using UPI, credit card, or debit card, or in even NEFT transactions. So, when you register, we will send you an Happymiles dedicated app where you need to log in and register yourself, upload all the required documents for your travel, and make the payment. And on the app itself, you can view all the detailed itinerary with along with the inclusions and exclusion, and also the cancellation terms and conditions.
Okay. Those are the questions from the forms. Is anyone
Mm-hmm.
from the meeting have do they have any other doubts? There's a question in the chat box. Sir, for Vietnam, if we could document the villages, what materials do we need to carry?
Yeah. Pulkit sir?
See, we generally have these handouts. We give these handouts and PDFs on site, and we generally ask students to carry their sketchbooks and other basic stationery. Only that much is required. Rest all is there with the team. We have a very good team in the Vietnam Sapa villages also. So only sketchbooks, and there are some of the goodies that Happy Miles provide at the time of travel. So only sketchbook and basic stationery is needed for documenting these villages. Can we know about the last date for seat booking? Uh, my sir, can we have the extended date by which we taken?
This is referring to which program?
The Singapore one.
Singapore program. Okay, okay. Sorry, I didn't check the date. So the last date of registrations will be March 10th, Monday. Just a second, I will just reply. Okay, next question is by Avanti. Sir, I have registered but not received the link. Uh, yes, Avanti, we will be sending the links. We are waiting for few more registrations. As soon as we complete the registration deadline, we will send you the Happy Miles app link, which you can download and upload the document. How much is the cost for entire trips? So you want to know individual trip, means like cost of each program? Okay. Pulkit sir, I'm just trying to open that. If it is in front of you, can you just read out the trip cost?
Yes, just a second.
Yep.
Uh,
Okay. For Singapore, the trip cost is 1,23,890, which includes the flight tickets, TCS, and GST. And this flights are ex Mumbai and Bangalore. So Singapore program will be ex Mumbai and Bangalore or Bangalore, and total cost is 1,23,890. Whereas Vietnam is 1,09,090, and this trip is ex Delhi. Departure will be from ex Delhi, Vietnam. And third is Hong Kong. Hmm. Hong Kong is 1,09,250.
If there are any other doubts, you guys can unmute yourself and ask the questions as well.
my sir, there is a question: is visa totally our responsibility?
No, visa cost is included with us. We will take care of your visa.
Okay. Any other questions? Yes, you can. So in the itinerary, we generally have a hard stop at around 5 p.m. And after 5, it is up to you where you wanted to visit any places. But there will be a scheduled itinerary, like I explained. But evenings are free for your self exploration. And also in Singapore, we have given one free day, so you can completely plan your own itinerary for that day.
So there is a question in the chat box.
Just a
Will there
second.
be any transport from your side, or we have to look by our side?
Will be any transport? Transport, you mean the local transportation in the country? Yes, the trip will be covered using the coach, private coach, for as per the itinerary.
Only self exploration will be on your own.
Time will be, yes, self
With the
exploration will be,
local, rest all will be with the coaches,
yes.
a scheduled coach for every day as per the itinerary. No, you can register till 10th, right, my sir?
Yes, yes, yes. We have extended the deadline.
We have extended
Uh,
the guideline. Yeah.
you can register until 10th of March. And you can also encourage your friends to join, register. After two, do we need to submit the documentation as assignment?
See,
Trupti, can you answer?
we generally do certain exhibitions wherever we are going. Like, for example, if we are going to Sapa Valley, why not we can exhibit our work there? Also, you can make it a group, and you can represent it to your school or a research paper. So we always encourage students to write about the trips into a research document, or if there is a documentation which is done in a village, so we generally exhibit there, and you'll get a certificate for the same.
For dinner, we have to arrange totally by ourselves. Or so yes, dinner will be on your own. Of course, we will guide you with the places, the whichever the standard places which we recommend. We will guide you with that. Will we be given any activity points for study tour? Pulkit sir?
Sorry, activity points. I didn't understand. You have certain activity points or credits. You mean for the study tour in your college? Is that what you're saying?
You can unmute and ask your doubt as well.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm from Bangalore, and my college follows VTO, right? So we are given certain amount of activity points if we for any NGO work or anything like that. So, is there any
So
activity points given for
you
this?
will get certain certifications. If generally we give the points if we are doing any community service, but in these itineraries, community service is not a part, but definitely documentation is. So we will give you certain uh, certificates, and you can ask your college that you're doing this activity, so they will engage with you some of the credits as per their system. You will receive a participation certificate, yes, for the documentation for certain aspects, yes. But the activity points is completely on the university and the college how they can credit you accordingly. Which hotel are we going to stay? See, all these details will give you in the pre-departure meeting. We have mentioned some of the hotels. It will be similar of those kinds. Anything you would like to add, Mahesh sir, for the hotels?
Yes. So basically, the selection of hotels will be three star or a 4 star, but we will make sure the hotels are centrally located for you guys to easily access when you are exploring on your own after the hard stop of the day.
Are there any other doubts?
Yes, it's open for all semesters. Yes, yes, it is open for all the semesters, and whether it is first sem, second sem, no restrictions to any semester. It will be a good new topic for you to explore. Okay, one question is, Mahesh sir, will there be any arrangement to travel Mumbai from Pune, or we have to travel on ourselves?
You will have to travel on yourself, but of course, we can provide you assistance on the same with an additional cost.
So yes, answering your doubt, Deepthi, NASA India does organize International Summer Winter School program almost every year. So this year, that is the 68th year of our association, we have arranged these tours. So there's a doubt asking,
So it's from
yeah.
Delhi, direct flight from ex Delhi. For Vietnam, you're asking, right?
Yes,
Yes, it's Delhi.
yes. So, Vietnam and Hong Kong is ex Delhi, and Singapore is ex Mumbai and Bangalore.
You're asking about Vietnam, but we will start from Mumbai, right?
Yes. Sorry, Vietnam is Delhi. So you will have to reach from Pune to Delhi. The program cost is ex Delhi.
Okay, I guess if there are no questions, we can close this meet, or they can give the questions directly to the college heads, maybe, and we can take it forward from there.
Yes, sir. If there are any further doubts, we can collect them from the query set on the
Sure.
forms and we will forward it to you on the group. Thank you so
Okay.
much, sir, for conducting such a wonderful session. I hope everyone's doubts are cleared. I am really thankful from NASA India's end for you to conduct such a good session, and we
Thank you.
look forward for the International Summer Winter School program.
Sure. Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you with the tools. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.